Hi guys. I'm on the plane right now on my way to the NCTE convention, and I just wanted to leave you a little video to help introduce you to our new text, which is The Turn of the Screw, which you should have in your hands right now. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about it so that you could have some context before you start reading it, and also what I want you to do with your colored pencils to color code it. So The Turn of the Screw was written late in the 1800s and published serially in America. That means chapter by chapter around the turn of the 19th century. At that time, in the States and in England, there was a lot of interest in both ghost stories and psychic phenomena, and in the growing field of psychology. Freud's On the Interpretation of Dreams was published in 1899. So there was a great interest in the workings of the human mind and also the human spirit, or whatever you want to call it. And so the novel that you're going to read has an unnamed narrator who is a governess or a nanny who is charged with taking care of two very strange and precocious children. She is an ambiguous narrator in that as the events of the novel progress, you're not sure if what she's reporting and witnessing is actually happening or if she's imagining it. So ambiguity is central to this text, and that's one of the things that we're going to talk about, how to interpret what's in between the lines, if you will. I also want you to look out for a framing story. This is a convention of lots of novels that were published at this time. Pages 145 to 151 are sort of chapter 0, or a preface kind of chapter. That is also fictional. It's not a true story, but it certainly seems that way. There's yet another unnamed narrator in that chapter 0 who relates a group of people talking around a fire during a chilly evening telling ghost stories. And a man named Douglas who says that he has in his possession a manuscript, which is a confession, if you will, by the governess, who then narrates the rest of the story. So what we're supposed to understand is that what we're reading is in fact a transcript of someone's experience. So what I want you to do, and what you'll read about in the reading guide, is I want you to make a bookmark that looks something like this. You can see that I've color-coded it differently than what I'm asking you to do. If you look at the bottom of the document for the reading assignments, you'll see that I want you to have 4 colors. This one has 5, but I'm changing the assignment a little bit. And I want you to start underlining in the text different pieces of evidence. First, in blue, what evidence do you see that there are in fact ghosts in the house that the governess is describing? Red would be evidence that you think shows that she is in fact hallucinating, that she's mentally unstable. Use green to underline discussions of things that may have happened in the past of these characters that are ambiguous. Finally, orange will be for parenthetical sentences, which you will learn about on Monday. Okay? So for the first reading, just blue, red, and green. And then I want you to write a blog post for each reading that's in that reading schedule to explain or reflect on your interpretation of the reading thus far. What you'll be doing next week then is taking a look at the film adaptation that I told you about, which is called The Innocents. It's got Deborah Kerr, who's an excellent actress, and a screenplay by Truman Capote. The whole thing is very, very well done. It's very old school film, but it is extremely creepy in places. As I say, it's probably the second scariest G-rated movie that you'll ever see. So I hope you enjoy it. I want you to have finished reading this novel by the end of Thanksgiving break on the 3rd of December, when I'll be back and we will finish up with The Innocents and then talk about interpreting the ambiguities of the text and using evidence from the text. So if you have any problems or questions, please email me. I will be on email, and I hope you guys have a good, restful Thanksgiving break as well. And by the way, please recognize that there is an extension on your poetry argument papers. Those are due on Sunday morning by 9 o'clock. So if you need that extra time, please go ahead and submit to turnitin.com by then. You can always submit before if you're already finished and you want to move on to other things. So take care, guys, and I'll see you after Thanksgiving.